Hello my friends, SAmaryllis here to play a game called Fantastic Findings Hidden Seasons. This game is a hidden object type game and it's themed in a festive format, so you'll see a lot of holiday related references in this hidden object game. Fantastic Findings Hidden Seasons did release very recently on Steam on November 24th, so if you're interested in this type of game you can buy it and wishlist it on there. I do want to give a special shout out to the developers who gave me a free copy of this, so thank you very much for thinking of me, and let's go ahead and check out the settings. I've already adjusted the master volume to be a little lower. It was automatically up to max, as you might expect for audio, but otherwise for camera you can change the movement speed, the zoom speed, and the orbit speed, as well as invert your mouse if that's easier for you. There's also some options on how to do orbit, so this is the two that you have here. There are some graphics options here too if you don't want to be in full screen mode or if you want to reduce the graphics settings or resolution. I'm going to go ahead and accept, and there is one more option here to turn on streamer and YouTube mode. I was worried that there would be no music at all, but I guess it's just like maybe a smaller set of music if you are trying to record this for monetization. I actually don't monetize my channel, so any of the ads you see just go straight to YouTube, but you know, it's nice to have that option. Alright, let's go ahead and play. So there are a number of levels, as you can see by the snow globes over there. So there's stables to start with, Santa's house, train station, which requires some stars to unlock, a train ride, the water mill, Santa's post office, cozy Christmas market, Santa's workshop, and the Christmas museum. So quite a few levels to play through. We'll probably do one level per episode, so we'll go ahead and start with stables. Jingles the Jewel Duck. All of Santa's reindeer have gone missing. You must help find them to save Christmas. Santa has been so busy looking for his reindeer, he has forgotten all about preparing for Christmas. Can you help by finding all the Christmas items and decorations on Santa's list? If you need more detailed instructions on what to do, don't hesitate to ask me. Click Jingles the Jewel Duck for an in-depth tutorial. How to play. Mouse 1 on the objects listed in the Objects to Find list down below, and then there you can learn more about each object and purchase hints using gingerbread cookies. So I do like that they have an in-game hint system if you get stuck. We'll inspect the Christmas cracker. It's a festive table decoration that contains a bang and banger jokes, often part of celebrations in Commonwealth countries. So you can spin this around to kind of get a better view of it, if that will help you. And you can also go for hints here, I'm pretty sure, and this is just the information. Oh, okay. Okay, so I did play the demo of this just to make sure that I would like this kind of game before I accepted the Steam key. So I have played the first 2 levels, I believe, but I don't think there was a functionality, or it wasn't called out at least, that I knew of, that you can actually click into each of the objects. So we're also looking for a Christmas drum, which is a small Christmas decoration of a drum, often put on the Christmas tree. This design originates from the 1800s in Denmark. We've got a key for the stables, a gold key in the shape of a reindeer. It unlocks something mysterious. I do like that you can kind of have a close-up appreciation look of these objects as well here. I actually didn't know that it was a reindeer shape, I just remembered it being a key. Marzipan Pig. A marzipan pig for good luck. In Scandinavia, it is often the prize for finding the almond in a Christmas porridge. Very cool. Very cute. I like the bow on the little piggy's back. We've got a Yule goat, which is a Yule get is a decoration often made of straw, resembling a goat or a ram, often an ornament in Scandinavia. I also like the bow on its butt, also very cute. We've got a panettone, a traditional Christmas cake that originates from Milan, Italy. I don't know if this is really popular in Italy, but I know here in the States, I often see panettones in those boxes at the big stores to buy. I enjoy them. I'm also a person who likes raisins and other dried fruits and like orange, what are those called? Not orange peels. Zest? I like orange zest, so I don't know, I really enjoy this type of fluffy cake bread. We've already looked at the Christmas cracker. Let's check out the Christmas sweater. It's an ugly Christmas sweater with the pattern of pine trees, logs, and reindeer. So we got reindeers on the back and then pine trees on the front. I've always wanted a Christmas sweater, but I've never bought one. They've always looked too expensive for one time wear. Dasher, the first of Santa's 9 reindeer. So Apparently we also have to find Dasher, but Dasher is not available to be found at the moment. I just noticed too that you can skip songs if you don't like what's playing, so that's cool too. A lot of functionality I didn't notice in the demo. Okay, let's keep going. So click on items in the scene to look for the missing objects. Some containers can be opened and looked inside, and some containers are locked and require a key. So you can pan using mouse 2, you can use the arrows or WASD to move around, you can press the middle mouse button to rotate, and you can also scroll to zoom, and you can also configure some various settings in the settings menu. I like that this little guy has a bib. Oop, okay, woo, okay, it's a little fast. I might have to reduce that in the settings. So there's the zoom. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if it's bothersome. But I will say the other nice thing that they tell you about, which I guess they told you in the demo, but I guess the duck didn't tell me in the full game, is that your mouse turns into this like no entry sign if you start going out of bounds for where you need to look for stuff, which I think is very helpful because if you don't know, then you might start looking for stuff outside. But I do want to appreciate all the nice scenery outside. Look at this, very cute. We got some lights, we got a lot of snow, we've got some suspicious reindeer hoof steps going into the cellar. Apparently we can open that, but only after, I assume, we find a key. Can we see what the sign says? Oh, it just says no entry. Okay. Oh, no-go zone. There is nothing to find past this point, indicated by this icon. Okay, so I guess instead of the goose or duck explaining it, the sign does. But yeah, I really think it's lovely. They put a bunch of these signs up just in case you happen upon it from a different direction, but I do want to admire what it looks like outside. Very cool. Yeah, they put a bunch of signs up. That's kind of funny. Just to really make sure that you know that you don't need to be going out there. So anyway, we're inside the stable and we're going to click on as many things as possible. I believe there's also a bonus for cleaning things. So you can see there's cleaning, there's food, and then there's actually finding the hidden objects. And there's also gingerbread cookies, which we can use to ask for hints if you need. So here's some of the first cobwebs that we can clean up. It's nice just to like click on everything if you're not sure if they'll count or not. So we got some food that we're gonna steal from the piggies here, so sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, I might turn down the settings a little, but yeah, I'm trying to click on the remaining food here. I guess we can clean that as well since we're here. So we got one of the cookies, I think. Yep, one gingerbread cookie. And some of these other ones are being a little stubborn to click. It might just be the click hitbox with the bucket. Yep, there you go. So we've stolen all the pigs' poor food. Let's actually change the speed. So movement speed. Orbit is the one where you're turning. Zooming is fine. Let's maybe turn down the move speed. That might be what this part is. I don't know. I don't know if that really made a difference, but okay, let's talk to the pigs. Pig, wink, look at this great food. If you find and eat all the food, you will get rewarded with a star. Okay, so we'll definitely want to try and get that, but it will be a little tough to get everything, so we'll try our best. Chicken, if you collect 3 gingerbread cookies, you can trade them for a hint using the question mark button when inspecting an item. Yes, very helpful if you're having a hard time finding things. Which I actually did have a hard time finding a couple things in the demo, so I really appreciated the option to have a hint in game. All right, so there's an eggplant, which counts as food. Do you want to check under the drawers and such, just in case? Sometimes there were cookies in these little, I'm not sure what these are. They're like almost like stockings, but they're hat-shaped. It's probably another tradition. I know this is, I think it's another Nordic tradition where they like make heart-shaped ornaments like that. I remember when I was little, oh, that was the Christmas sweater folded on the shelf. When I was little in like a craft class, we would make something like this where we would weave cut ribbons, but we made them into a fish. That's what I remember making in this kind of weaving format. All right, I know there's a room here, but let's finish up in this main area first if we can. We'll try our best, though I'm sure we won't find everything on the first go. Sorry, I just wanted to zoom out in case there's anything over there. Lots more stuff that I don't necessarily know the origin of. This might just be like a fun paper cutout of a Santa scene, but maybe there's more of a significance. Oh, we found one of our items. It was the Yule goat. Perfect. I guess these are just bottles. We can open the pumpkin. I don't know if that's a holiday tradition or not. Not one that I'm aware of, at least. Maybe it's a leftover from Halloween. We got a cookie dangerously close to a burning candle. I want to look at the... Okay, I guess I can't zoom in too far, but I guess they're gingerbread cookies. That's cute, hanging out together. Okay, there's a bottle. I think we can open this thing. We can. There's nothing in there for now, but there may be in the future. Got some more food. We can open and close drawers, I think, later on. Maybe just not in this level. Oh, this one we could open. Okay, so we got the Christmas cracker, I think it was. I don't know if there's another... There is another one under there, but we can't really see what's in there because this chicken is in the way. So hopefully there's nothing in there that we need. Now we will speak to the cows. This barn is a mess. You can tap dust, dirt, and hay piles and spiderweb. Once it is all clean, you will get rewarded with a star. So yes, we will also try and get all of those. But again, doesn't mean we will get it on the first try. I guess I'll say it now, but I am not planning to necessarily 100% the game and get all of the achievements. Jingle bell. On my playthrough. I'll probably do it on my own, just for my own edification, but I don't think you guys would want to watch me sit through and try and find items in silence and look at the same thing over and over again. So if you want to do that, then you can definitely buy the game yourself. Wise chicken. If your cursor changes to this, you cannot teleport or move to that area, and there are no hidden items to be found in that area. Okay, so maybe I misremembered. Maybe the wise chicken was the one who told me about the symbol there. Got a couple more food items, more cobwebs. Oops, those aren't cobwebs. But this is a pig. One more cookie. And then that might be it for this main area. Let's go ahead and head into this room that we were looking at before. A lot of hay to clear out and some cookies. So we'll go and do that and munch up that apple. We do want to open these in case there's anything in there. Doesn't look to be in this case, but there could be in the future. Ooh, dusty apple. I don't know if I want to eat that. That's been in a cobweb. kind of yucky. Oop, I thought you could open this, but maybe not. You can open this. Oh my gosh. A key! It was inside a barrel inside a barrel. Got more cobwebs to clear out. Do we look inside here? Oh, whoop. Yes, there is some food. More cobwebs. I think this is an egg. Yep, and it counted as a food. We just downed a whole raw egg. I think that's a cookie. Some more of these. We'll check inside there just to make sure there's nothing in there. Doesn't look like it. And then I think we're pretty much done with the room. Oh, we got the Christmas drum. There it is. Oh, I guess we got a couple more things to clear here. Nothing in there. There is a chicken in here if we want to check in on them. Hello. And I think we should be good with this room. Just trying to check the awnings if there's any secret cobwebs up there, but it doesn't seem like it. So let's head into what's hopefully our last room, and then hopefully we get all of our food items and clean items. Got a lot of hay to work through. Got a bunch of eggs that we're just gonna steal from under these chickens and eat them all raw. Goodness gracious. We got this shed, which kind of, I think, leads to this out here. It's our hint that the deer is hanging out in the cellar for some reason. But we'll look through the room fully first. We found the piggy. Excellent. This is closed. That's a cookie. That's some dust. That doesn't look like it opens, but there is a little bit of cobweb there. Wow, this is open. That's gotta be chilly coming in here. This looks like it's fallen over, but we can't do anything with it. I don't know if there's like a significance with the mushroom with heart shapes on it, but it's cute. Maybe it's just an ornament. I don't know. But yeah, if you all see any sort of holiday traditions that you recognize that I'm not aware of, definitely feel free to leave some notes in the comments. It's fun to learn about different people's holiday traditions. Okay, more cobwebs. Oops, we got some more of that. Oh, we got all the cleaning stuff. Level 1, all clean and tidy. Nice. And that was the last food item. Like I said, it was in one of the little hanging hats or stockings. And then I think the last one we need is 3 gingerbread and then actually finding the panettone and the reindeer himself. So haven't quite finished everything yet. Still some cookies on the loose. This might be, oh, there's one in there. I thought it might honk, it did not. Okay, so we're still missing 2 cookies from somewhere. I wonder if there might be some in the cellar. Hello? Dasher the reindeer, you were looking for me? I'm happy you found me. When you have found all main quest objectives, you can move on to the next level. Okay, so we definitely still need the panettone. It doesn't look like we can actually click anything in the cellar where the reindeer was, but you can see that they were playing cards by themselves. So since there's nothing in there, we'll just go ahead and close this. And then I think we'll use one of our hints. I would like to find all the cookies if possible though, because it is the very first level. So we'll just take another look ourselves one more time for both the panettone and also, I don't know if I'm even pronouncing it right. That's maybe my very Americanized way of saying what that cake is. I feel like I've always called it panettone, but I also don't have the best record of being able to pronounce things right. I will say when I was a child, I mispronounced lollipop. I thought it was pronounced lollipop. I don't know why, but it wasn't until one of my friends was like, "Did you mean lollipop?" That I realized I was saying stuff the wrong way. Just stuff that happens when you read more as a child than talk, I guess. Okay, so I feel like we've kind of looked through this room a second time, so I guess we'll look here in the main room one more time and see if maybe there's like some cookies on the rafters, for instance, or like on the chandelier. Doesn't look like it this time around, but I do want to give another look from a slightly different perspective, and I hope I'm not driving any of y'all bonkers with missing some obvious items, but we will try our best and get those last 2 cookies. I think I did in the demo, but I don't remember where the cookies are. The only thing I remembered was that there was one food item in those stockings / hats that were hanging, so that was the one thing I remembered from the demo. Don't think I see it. I really hope it's not in one of these drawers that we can't open, because that would be a little mean. Can't really see anything in here, but I did click just in case there were any items in there. None of these had things in them. Huh, coal, that's funny. Coal next to the pumpkin. Okay, we're trying to look from different perspectives. I don't think we opened this, did we? There's a panettone! Okay, I was wondering if we might have to use our hint, but it doesn't look like we needed to. That being said, I don't believe you can ask for hints on things like the gingerbread cookies, so if I don't find it in this final sweep here, I'm afraid we will go ahead and move on. So doesn't look like we missed it in the main room, or at least I didn't see it. So we'll check this final room one more time. Is that a cookie or just like an ornament? I guess it's just an ornament. I thought maybe it was like trying to hide in plain sight with some of the snowflakes. So yeah, do want to check up top, but it doesn't look like it's up there. That I don't think this was openable. Yeah, we already tried clicking on this. This doesn't open. Well, I'm afraid it's not looking good for these last two cookies. Oh, one of them's in there. Okay, we found one. There has to be one more somewhere. Oh, that's tough. We're only missing a single one. Any other containers that we didn't open? Well, that's a bummer. Now that we're only one off, now I really want to find it. I feel like we've really gone over everything though, unless it's one of these hanging things. Yeah, that's tough. I don't think it's in the fire pit. Yeah, the logs are just in there. So yeah, this is gonna bug me, but I'm afraid we're gonna go ahead and move on. I'll actually, you know what? I'm gonna look on my own for a little bit. I'll cut back if I find it. Okay, so I looked for a while and I still couldn't find the last gingerbread, so unfortunately I will give up for now. It does also look like that some of the achievements are having a hard time triggering. It looked like someone else also had trouble getting the clean plate achievement to trigger, which I also should have gotten now that I'm looking at it, but I didn't get it. And same thing with the gingerbread one. So I guess I'll have to come back to this anyway, just to find the very last gingerbread regardless. But anyway, we did find all the major items for level 1, so we're going to go ahead and stop here for this video, because we did finish, or at least kind of finish, the stables with 3 stars. So once again, this has been SAmaryllis playing Fantastic Findings Hidden Seasons. Again, this did release on November 24th, so if you were looking for a hidden object type game for your festive December, or festive any time of year, definitely keep an eye out for this on Steam and buy it if you're interested. I'll be continuing to make more videos on the rest of the levels here. I'll release them slowly so that if you get impatient you can buy the game yourself, but otherwise I hope you had a good time and you have a great day. Remember to be kind to yourself and to others. Goodbye!